Welcome, people. It is week 3 of the NFL 2025 season. Let's get right into the predictions for week 3. The first game of week 3 is the Thursday night game, and it is between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Right now, Miami is not that great of a team. They can't find a way to win a game. Tua is not that great. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. My opinion, I think they should blow everything up and rebuild the team. And the Buffalo Bills, they are a good team. Josh Allen got hurt last week, but it doesn't look like it's a serious injury. So I'm picking the Buffalo Bills to win that game. Now let's get to the Sunday morning games. And we have some good Sunday morning games. The first Sunday morning game is the Atlanta Falcons versus the Panthers. So this is an in-division game. I'm going to go with the Falcons. The Falcons look like a good team. Last week they beat the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday Night Football. The Panthers are 0-2. Not a great team. So yeah. Then the second game is my Green Bay Packers at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns has been in both of the games late, but they can't find a way to win. The Packers, they look like the best team in the NFL right now, with the addition of Micah Parsons. He's making Rashad Gary look good. Lucas Van Ness look good. Devontae Wyatt is looking good. Quay Walker is looking good. Edgerrin Cooper, the secondary. So I am going with the Green Bay Packers on this one. Now the next morning game is the Houston Texans at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is 1-1. They got a loss last week. I'm sure they're going to bounce back. But the Texans, they're really disappointing. Last week on Monday Night Football, they lost to Baker Mayfield at the last second of the game. But I'm sure the Texans can turn it around. They need to get some wide receiver help. The only guy they have is Nico Collins. But I'm taking the Texans today. Now we come to the two teams that do not have a quarterback. And that is the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. Cincy is 2-0 and the Vikings are 1-1. We all know Joe Burrow got hurt. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 months. And now Browning has to come in, but they are looking at some other options at QB. And then we go to the Minnesota side. Minnesota did not look good last Sunday night against the Falcons. And that's the Falcons defense. J.J. McCarthy couldn't do nothing against. And the reports are J.J. McCarthy might be out for a couple of weeks with a high ankle sprain. Those can linger on and on and on for a high ankle sprain. I don't know who to pick in this game though. 2 starting QBs are out. If I had to pick, I'll pick the Bengals. But the Vikings are desperate. But the Bengals, they have a little more talent. Next game, it is the Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers against Drake May The New England Patriots. What a heartbreaking loss for the Steelers last week against the Seattle Seahawks. That offense was horrible. The defense didn't show up. And then the Patriots, they got an easy win against the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins are not that great of a team. If I have to pick this game, I am going to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The next morning game is the 2-0 Rams against the 2-0 Philadelphia Eagles. Rams are good, but the Eagles are better. I'm going with the Eagles. Now we come to the 0-2 Jets and the 2-0 Buccaneers. The Buccaneers took care of business on Monday Night Football against the Houston Texans. They came out with a victory. They look good on offense. The defense looks good. The Jets, the same problem with the Jets like the Bengals and the Vikings. They lost Justin Fields. Justin Fields got injured. We don't know who's going to be the quarterback for the Jets. So we don't know who the quarterback is. So that's why I'm going with Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The next morning game is the 2-0 Colts. I can't believe I'd say 2-0 Colts against the 0-2 Tennessee Titans. The Colts have a good offense. They still have Jonathan Taylor. Man, Jonathan Taylor went off last week. He got 165 yards on the ground. He caught a touchdown. And he also had like 45 yards of air catch. That's insane. Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward, it looks good, but he's still a rookie QB. So, yeah. And Daniel Jones, he's a surprise candidate. Daniel Jones, he's actually playing good for the Colts. So this week, I'm going to go with the Indianapolis Colts. Now we come to another game. It's the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Washington Commanders. They're both 1-1 of their record. Raiders lost to the Chargers on Monday Night Football. They lost bad. And the Commanders, they got their butts whooped by the Green Bay Packers last Thursday. And it looks like Jaden Daniels is hurt also. It looks like a knee issue from that game. If Jaden Daniels can't go, I think Geno Smith and the Raiders have a good chance of winning this game. So I'm going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders on this one. Now we get to the afternoon game. The first afternoon game is the Denver Broncos at the LA Chargers. Chargers look good on Monday Night Football against the Raiders. The Broncos, I thought the defense was better than that, but man, that defense let Daniel Jones carve it up. But it did come down to a last second miss of a field goal for the Broncos to lose that game last week. But I am going to go with the LA Chargers. They look too good. Next game, it is the New Orleans Saints at Seattle Seahawks. Seattle is 1-1, and the Saints are 0-2. The Saints got their butts whooped by the Niners, even without Brock Purdy. Mac Jones went after and did his stuff. And now we go to the Seahawks. Very surprising last week. They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. They got one interception, a punt return, and that's how they won. I am going to go with the Seattle Seahawks this week because the New Orleans Saints, they don't look that great. And the next game, wow, it's going to be a blowout. I guarantee it's going to be a blowout. We have the 1-1 Cowboys at the 0-2 Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears got 51 points scored on their defense by the Lions last week. That is embarrassing. Cowboys, they took the Giants into overtime, but it took Brandon Aubrey a 65-yard kick to win that game in overtime. But I'm going to go with the Cowboys because the Chicago Bears are just a mess. Their defense sucks, their offense is bad, their special teams are bad. So, Cowboys, you get another win right there. We have one more afternoon game left, and that is the Arizona Cardinals at 2-0, and the San Francisco 49ers at 2-0. And they're in the division, so this is for the division leading. It looks like Mac Jones is going to get his second start with the Niners. He played pretty well last week against the Saints, but this week he's going up against a good Arizona Cardinals defense. Their defense is not great, but they're mediocre. But I cannot go against Shanahan. He's going to have something in the game for Mac Jones to do. So I'm picking the San Francisco 49ers. And then we come to the Sunday night game on primetime. We got the 0-2 Chiefs against the 0-2 New York Giants. I don't know what to say about the Chiefs. I mean, they don't have any receivers. Kelsey is getting old in the tooth. That offensive line can't protect worse crap. And we go to the other side of the New York Giants. Last week, I thought they played good. The Cowboys defense made Russell Wilson look like the Russell Wilson of the Super Bowl era for Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson threw for 398 yards with 3 touchdowns last week. But how can you go against Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes? So I'm picking the Chiefs to get their first win of the year. Then we come to the last game of week 3, and that is Monday Night Football. It's going to be the 1-1 Lions at the 1-1 Ravens. Last week, the Lions put up a 51 points on the Bears, but the Bears are just a crappy team. Ravens, they had a good game against the Cleveland Browns, and they almost lost to the Browns. It went all the way into the fourth quarter, but they pulled it out, and the Ravens won that game last week. And their defense is not bad, so I'm going with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens to win on Monday Night Football. So guys, that is it for week 3. I hope you enjoyed the prediction. Like I said, these are my prediction, nobody else's prediction. So yeah. But like I always say, stay safe, stay positive, and always go Pack Go. And I'll see you guys on Thursday Night Football. Hope to see you there. Alright, guys. Bye-bye.